For this lesson, you need to open the sample file World Sales from your Sample Files folder. This is a very simple worksheet containing January, February and March sales data for 3 regions. I'm going to begin by charting the entire range, A1 to D4. Now it's important when you create a chart from a range that you do select the entire range, including both the data and the labels. A common error is to simply select the data values, and then Excel won't know how to label the chart. So I'll be careful to select cells A1 to D4. Now I'm going to click the Insert tab on the ribbon, and notice there's a Charts group. And within the Charts group, there are icons for several different chart types. If I hover over some of the icons, you'll see that this icon produces a column chart. This produces a bar chart. Here's a line chart, and here's a pie chart. And there are several other chart types. I'm going to select a column chart, so I'll click, and then a chart gallery appears. Because this is a gallery, I can hover over each of the different column chart types to preview how the chart would look. So I'll start with the first icon. Let's look at the other chart types. I think I'll settle on the first chart type. That was the 2D column clustered column type. So I'll click, and I already have a very presentable chart. Because you've only specified the chart type, Excel has chosen a default layout and a default style for you. You're going to learn how to change these default choices later in this session. I'm going to quickly show you 2 other ways in which you can quickly create a chart like this. I'll delete the chart that I created, and this time I'll simply click anywhere in the range and then do exactly what I did before. That's Insert, Charts Group, the Column Type, and the 2D Column Clustered Column Type. You can see that when I simply click in any single cell within a range, Excel will expand the selection to include the entire range, including the labels and the data. And let's look at one more way of quickly creating a chart. I'll delete the existing chart, and once again I'll select the entire range. That includes the labels and the data. Whenever you select a range of cells, a Quick Analysis button appears just outside the bottom right corner of the selected range. When you click the Quick Analysis button, the Quick Analysis dialog appears. One of the menu options on this dialog is Charts, and when you click Charts, you're presented with a choice of 5 recommended charts for the range selected. This method isn't as versatile as choosing a chart from the ribbon, as we did earlier. But I do have a clustered column chart type, so I'll click Clustered Column, and you can see that this results in exactly the same chart that I created earlier. It's very important when working with charts that you understand the concept of chart activation. In this example, the worksheet only contains 1 chart, but it's possible that a worksheet will contain more than 1 chart. For this reason, you need to indicate to Excel which chart you want to work on. And to do this, the chart needs to be activated. I'm going to click in any blank cell to deactivate the chart, and then I click on the chart to activate the chart. When you activate the chart, several things happen. First of all, the Chart Tools Design and Chart Tools Format tabs appear on the ribbon. You can see when I deactivate the chart, they disappear, and when I activate the chart, they appear again. The other thing that happens to an activated chart is that a frame with sizing handles appears around the chart. And another clue that a chart is activated is the group of 3 icons that appear just outside the chart on the top right-hand side. You're going to use these icons later in lesson 510. It's important to realize that charts are dynamic. That means that if the data underpinning a chart changes, the chart will instantly change to represent the new data values. Let's see that in action now. I'll click in cell D4 and I'll change the value from 9,600 to 25,000. When I press the Enter key, you'll see the grey bar on the extreme right of the chart increase in size. I'll press the Enter key now. And now I'll put things back the way they were by clicking in cell D4 and typing 9,600. And when I press the Enter key, you'll see the grey bar on the right hand of the chart reduce in size. I'll press the Enter key now. All that remains for this lesson is to save your work. And I'm going to save with the new name World Sales 1. And as usual, I'll save in the folder above my sample files folder. I click the Save button and you've now completed lesson 5.2. Create a simple chart with 2 clicks.